Hello everyone, we are going to see about form validation in AngularJS. Form validation in AngularJS allows you to ensure that user input meets certain criteria before it's submitted to a server. AngularJS provides built-in support for both client-side and server-side validation, making it easier to validate form, provide feedbacks to user. Here's an overview of how form validation works in AngularJS. Client-side validation. AngularJS supports client-side validation using directives and expression. You can use built-in directives like ng required, ng min length, ng max length, ng pattern, etc. to enforce validation rules in form field. These directives automatically add validation related CSS class and error messages to form element based on the validity of user input. Form control. AngularJS forms are associated with the form controller, ngForm or form. The form controller tracks the state of the form and its input field, including their validity and validation errors. Validation messages. AngularJS provides mechanism for displaying validation messages to user. You can use directives like ngMessages or ngMessage to show error message based on the validation status of form fields. Now I am going to show you the demonstration of form validation in AngularJS. I have created a simple HTML. Inside body I am going to create a div ng-app equal to and ng-controller equal to I am going to create a form. I am going to give no validate. Inside form I am going to create a label and input type text and I am going to give a ngModel user.name and ng min length and ng and I am going to give required. Next I am going to add a div and ng message equal ngMessages equal to myForm.name.dollar error ng if dot name dot touched and inside the div another div going to add an ng. Next, I'm going to create another div. Three characters. And inside div, I'm going to give next I'm going to create another div, sorry, another label, name, input, type, email, name equal to email, ngModel, user dot next I'm going to create a div. Inside div, ngMessages, my form, ngif, my form dot email dot div. Next I'm going to add a button, submit, and button type should be submit. And I'm going to use ng. I'm going to use ng this abled disabled equal to my form dot is valid. Next, I am going to write a script. I am going to use angular dot module my app. I am going to use dot controller. If I run this, if I see, it will, the submit button is will be disabled. If I write the correct format, then see I am getting a submit button. Like this in the name also, if I remove it is, if it is less than 3 characters, see the submit button is disabled. If I add, see like this the form validation will work. We defined an AngularJS module called Maya. Inside the module, we defined a controller called myCTRL. The form contains two input fields, name and email. We use inbuilt directives like ngModel, ngMinLength, and ngMaxLength, ngPattern, and require to enforce validation rules on the input field. We use the ngMessage directive to display validation messages based on the validity of the input field. We submit button is disabled, ng disabled if the form is invalid. The submit, this example demonstrates how to implement client-side form validation in AngularJS using built-in directives and validation mechanism. You can customize the validation rules and error message based on the specific requirement. Thank you.